And we are back. Thank you so much for staying with us. We're here continuing our conversation with Mr. Jim, Nelson, and Samuel. And I want to talk to Samuel kwa sababu ni ameingia katika mambo ya kahawa recently. The first batch that you did grow was in 2021, yes, where you planted 300 seedlings. Yes. Nataka tu niambie a bit the cost of production wakati huo. For you to get your 300 seedlings, where did you buy your seedlings from?
From CRI.
CRI. Yeah. Na ulikuwa unapata seedling moja na pesa ngapi?
Per bush, 55 shillings.
55 shillings for one bush. One bush. Yeah. One seedling.
One seedling.
So tukifanya 55, alafu tuweke hapo 300, si ndio? Hiyo ulitumia 16,500, si ndio? And then now of course there's the whole the process ya kupanda, pegging, shimo. If you do the math of roughly how much you spent during your production, was roughly about how much?
Another 50 bob.
50,000.
50 bob.
50 shilling per hole.
Per hole.
O kuchimbiwa shimo moja ni 50 shillings, ndio? So tukifanya 50 times another 300, 15,000.
Yes.
Ndio?
Yes.
Tukiweka 15,000 yetu plus our 16,500, tuko 31,500.
Yes.
Si ndio?
Yes.
Na kuna mambo mengine ambayo ulilipia hapo ndani.
Mbolea, the ordinary manure, which cost around 45 bob per debe. Then
Na ulitumia debe ngapi?
300.
300.
Yes.
So that's another.
Each hole one debe.
Each hole one debe.
Yeah.
Na unapata debe moja na 45 shillings.
Yes.
So tukifanya 45 na 300, tunapata tena another 13,500. Si ndio? Yeah. All right. Any other cost implication?
Fertilizer. TPS. Yeah.
Ukaongeza kama pesa ngapi hivi ndio upate hiyo?
One bag at 7,500.
One bag at 7,500. Na ulitumia bags ngapi?
2.
So that's 15,000. Na tulikuwa tumefika 45,000, so inakuwa 60,000. Si ndio?
Yeah.
All right. So, kuna pesa nyingine? Ama for now hapo tuko sawa?
Tuko sawa hapo.
Tuko sawa. So ukipanda 2021 inamaanisha your first harvest ambayo uliweza kuvuna na kupeleka kwa factory, that's about 2023.
Yeah.
How many kgs did you get from your 300 bushes?
1,300.
1,300
kgs.
Mr. Jim, for a first time crop, mkulima amepanda, akipata 1,300 kgs from 300 bushes. Amefanya vizuri, amefanya vibaya?
Yeah, that's an average farmer. That translates to a production of about slightly more than 4 kilos
per bush.
Yeah, per tree or per bush.
Is that a good for
It's a good for a start because at this point, when the coffee seedling is 2 years old, it has not developed enough woods, which we call bearing woods. It's still at its vegetative phase, quite good to go.
Right.
However, we discourage farmers forcing that coffee to go into reproductive phase and skipping the vegetative phase, because now at that point coffee now concentrates, the tree will concentrate on feeding the berries rather than developing bearing woods.
So afanye aje?
Sasa kama angejua the first year of production, if there were any berries, you strip them, so you let the coffee have achieved quite a certain height.
Yes. So nisianze kuvuna hivyo mapema.
Usianze kuvuna mapema. All those berries we strip, especially those that come and flowers you pinch before they develop into berries.
Mr.
So that
Nelson,
the tree
you're nodding.
Can concentrate. Yeah, maybe
Nelson, you're nodding to that. Tunasaidia kijana wetu pia ndio afanye vizuri.
But you see, what I'm hearing from Nyaga is that, that the anxiety that is there for money cannot allow him to discard those bellies, you know, because he was very anxious
to get his
first pay.
I would do the same.
Yeah. So you at that point, I think he would not do that.
All right.
Yes.
But for sustainability purposes,
okay.
Then you just want to eat before.
Right.
So what it means is that the crop productive phase will be very little, and then as you proceed, now the crop decides to decline.
Remember again, we are having Nyaga, the agronomist. So Nyaga is not a farmer, he's an agronomist.
Now he's speaking
like
as an agronomist. Not a farmer.
Not a farmer.
Able to scale 1,300 yake, society yenu ilikupea ngapi package?
At that time it is paid at 89.
89 bob. So tukifanya 1,300 times 89, 115,700.
Ilipa kabisa.
Ililipa kabisa. Nikitoa 60,000 hapo ni nini? Uko na kitu for your first time.
Yes.
Good stuff. Now, before we continue with our conversation again, let us remind you what you need to do as a farmer to make sure that you're growing in the agricultural sector. Please, dear farmer, make sure that you are part of a cooperative society. Don't do things by yourself. Naona ukiwa kwa society, Nyaga angekuja hapo kwa hiyo society awaambie kahawa msianze kukula sahi. Ngoja kwanza imalize the vegetative stage, ndo isikae tu hapo inakupea mazao and then you won't get as much in the future. So all those are things you get when you are in a society. Also, you get support from various financial institutions like the cooperative bank. So from wherever it is that you're watching us from, please take advantage of the support that cooperative bank is offering farmers. Farmers in cooperative societies, large-scale farmers and small-scale farmers as well. Now, tukiendelea hapa, Mr. Jim, I want you to make something very clear for me.
Okay.
Huyu farmer wa Machakos alituambia sasa ndio yeye anapata main crop.
Yes.
Kwingine kama Central, sisi watu huko kwa Madhai sasa tuko early crop.
Yes.
Na tunangojea main crop huko September huko towards the end of the year.
Sure.
So does it vary? Kuna wengine who get just one harvest in a year. Is the early crop, main crop something that is consistent in every county? How does that work?
Yeah, it's something that varies across. I'll use example of 8 counties that surround Mount Kenya. We have Nyeri, we have Murang'a, we have Kiambu, and Kirinyaga. When you look at those counties, their early crop comes between after the rains of April, May, June, July, the production goes down. Then the late crop, which is more, comes in the later, from October, December, November. Now, when you look at Machakos, where you are, and when you look at Embu, Tharaka Nithi, and Meru, they're on the eastern side of Mount Kenya. Again, now, it's vice versa. Their early crop comes late, so when they're supposed to have more, it is during April, May, and June, and that is their early crop, which is more.
It varies.
Yeah, so it varies across the agroecological zones. Yeah, sure.
Mr. Nelson, as we wind up, just maybe in 10 seconds, you tell me, mahali ambapo uko, unapata early crop na main crop, how is that working for you in your farm?
Right now we are doing the early crop.
Oh, sahi ndo mnavuna early
Yes.
crop. Aha. Kwa hivyo uko na 2 seasons.
Yes,
Okay.
and I can only talk about myself.
Okay.
That 800 bushes, last year, early crop, I had around 200 kg early crop. Right now, and it is only 1 month, I'm at over 600 kg. So before the end of early crop, I am sure I'll be having more than 1,500.
Very
kg.
nice. Thank you so very much for that, Mr. Nelson. Because of time, we do have to wrap up this conversation there, but we are just getting started on All Matters Coffee. Next week, we are going to be addressing the direct settlement system. Mwana sasa wakulima wanalipwa direct, and this is the DSS system. We'll get into that as from next week. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Nelson. Thank you so much, Mr. Jim, for being here. But see you again tomorrow with a lot more when it comes to All Matters Agriculture. Until then, have yourselves a fantastic evening. My name is Violetta Ngina. Goodbye.
Kenya's Gold. Brought to you by Cooperative Bank of Kenya.
Get business credit card from Cooperative Bank and pay for business stock and supplies on credit instead of using your own money. You can make payments in Kenya, abroad, and online.